Hi, good evening. Hi, Jay. How are you? Hi, Srini. You look sharp in this picture, Srini. So let's wait for a couple of more people to join, and then we can get started. Hi, Jairam. Hi, Nehal. So today was a very interesting day today. Hi, Praveen. Hi, Navdeep. Hi, Joy. Hi, Chiran. Hi, Krishna. Hi, Chirag. Yes, Jay, I tend to look into similar stocks because that keeps my observation clean. And when I'm making those levels, it's much easier for me to come out much more accurately. Hi, Pradeep. We still have like 2 minutes. It's 10:39. I'll give 2 minutes more for people to join, and then we can get started. We'll talk about first uh, our analysis. Then I will share the Zoom link where we can talk about what exactly happened today, but all mistakes we did, including myself. Like I want to emphasize more on what we did wrong after this call so that we can make a learning out of it. And next time when we are in similar situation, at least we have some ramp up where we can like do much better than what we did today. Like I had two bad trades and then I was off. I was not trading anymore. But that was kind of good. Well, let's see. Even the after hours futures are not looking good. And the head and shoulder pattern has started. So let's talk more in about a minute or so. SE, sure, we will talk about SE. I will post the Zoom link in the chat itself because if I post that on Twitter, then there are some people who have habit of poking. They will come and they will start wasting and poking. They will put random messages, put on music, and try to disturb. So it's much better if you can click on the link which I will post in the session itself. All right. So this is my list. I'll try to stick to the same. In fact, I want to cut down on a couple of them. I want to cut down. I want to focus on only on big stocks right now. So I'm cutting down on Palantir Health. We'll talk about overall sentiment, Mr. Dixit. I do not want to. I want to have a very focused list today. That's why I'm just cleaning it up in front of you. I want to add shop here. I'm bringing back Roku. And let me just check for inside days for today. Modern out, fine shop. PayPal, I don't want to trade. Any other trade? DDog, I think I have already have it. So I think that's pretty much it, which I wanted to add. Do you guys want to add? I have space for maybe one. I'm just getting rid of NQ because QQ serves the purpose so people can use this. And ES is good. Apple, AMD, Amazon, Boeing, GD. Yeah. Snow. Yeah, Snow I can include. Moderna is already there. You need to look at the screen. PayPal is not coming out properly. It's just it's not working out really nicely. Shop here. Then I want to do Moderna. I already have. Snow. All right. I think we have a good list. We'll talk about rest in our discussion. But as of now, it looks good. I want to confine because the market is playing really high and it's very volatile as of now. So it's better to be focused on things we know rather than things we don't know. See, don't go into all the random stocks. It's better to align your focus on stocks which you know. If you are trading Adobe, you're trading Adobe always have options which have bigger spreads. It works in case you are pretty long in one direction, like on the call side or on the put side. But we'll come to all of that. Okay, so let's see what happened today. And first of all, I would like to welcome each and every one of you. Good evening and maybe almost late night in East Coast. Today we had a very volatile day. Futures started pretty good in the morning. They almost tested 43.85. And let me just increase the candles. Came close to 12 EMA and then got busted. And it break below 4373 area. And then this was the big support 4347. It went below it. And you have to look here a couple of things. This is the half-hour candle. As soon as we went below 4347 area, this was the 4340 stop loss, which I mentioned. As soon as we went below this, bang, the candle was really hard. 11:30 candle, it was really hard. It came, got rejected from 12 EMA, came back, went down, made 4318, bounced. Since it got rejected from the long-term trend line, this dark green line, I'll show you in the daily, and it never got any momentum after that. And one more thing, if you see the volume on the downside was higher, especially in the last half hour. That was some massive volume. Like somebody wanted to get rid of it. No matter what, they wanted to get rid of it. Similarly, around 9 o'clock, the volume in future is exceptional. It's trading at like 34,000 volume. It's incredible in future in half hour, in after hours, especially at 9 o'clock. And it made low. So what it is telling me right now is we have broken down below all the good support levels in ES, which it had held up till now. Like this is now full head and shoulders, complete head and shoulders, and the breakout has started. And this is the neckline, and the length of the neckline is, if I take it 44.75 to 43.50, 43.47, that's about 110 40 points. So if you count 140 points, it comes around 4,200. And this is the support which I'm looking right now, 4,200. You may get some stoppage at 42.47, but below 42.47, 4,200 is the main support. Now we need to think what needs to be done. And I want to show you one more thing before I answer that. Look here, this is a weekly candle. Weekly candle is making a bearish engulfing, which usually is never a good sign. And this is covering right from the 0.444, taking it deep down. Even if we come and make about 60-point move up from here or 70-point move up, we will still be making a bearish engulfing pattern. So the trend is sell on rise. Below 4347, it's looking really, really sad. And one more thing, look, this is the important support line, which has been tested last year in November. And in this time, the important thing is it came all the way and tested the 34 EMA on the weekly. This time there is still gap at 34 EMA, which is coming around 4,201. So 4,200 is a very good support area. Honestly, if I get 4,200, I will be buying that dip. And I'm assuming it holds that. That's about still 70%. But I will not be buying any new long position in this market as of now. I will wait for 4,200 to come and enter into market. Or I would like to do short at this position and look for 4,200 as my target. So it's a sell on rise, and the candle on the daily it's a breakdown. This was like a morning star, evening star here, bang, 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 and then continuation of bearish engulfing. Today, it's a bearish engulfing. Right now, it's like 70 points below, so I will not give it. So I will just mark this as 4.2 and what's the high? 4.316. 4.316 as your stop loss. Sell near 4.295 if you get an opportunity. Target is 42.47 and 42.01. I am a seller with a very small stop loss in this, and I'm not going long in any of the positions until I get 4,200. Triple Q had a morning star yesterday. Not yesterday, it actually had the morning star and then it break down. It made a lower low and again continuation of the bearish engulfing. It broke its long time support, which was 361. And today it struggled to breach this. It struggled really, really badly. Now, problem with all of that is the gap between the candle and the EMAs is increasing, which can still increase because that gap has persisted. It might even come down to 351 because there's no support. 78 Fibonacci is a very good support. Last time it held that support when it failed. So first target will be 351 and sell is pretty clear. It's not able to breach 361. I think now 358 or 59 will be a good stop loss for it on the shorting side. Again, it's a bearish engulfing. Red. Sell. 358. 8, stop loss is 359, target is 351. And the selling which is happening in the market, I will talk about that once I'm done, but selling what happened today was really, really bad, and it had really high volume. Like, I was under the impression, and it's my thought, I was under the impression that it's a quarter and all the fund managers would like to lock their profits, so they will create that ramp up demand, which will push the market in the end to up, and they will try to lock their profit. Nothing like that happened. The pressure of selling was so severe that on every half hour candle, 30-minute candle, there were new lows which were forming, and those lows were really, really with heavy volume, which clearly shows that there was certain intent to sell. And people who were selling, they had no motive of letting the market go up. Apple has broken below all of the ranges which we have talked in the past. It's coming to its long-term support area, but a break below 140, there is a gap in Apple right there, 137. I will be eyeing that gap of 137 on Apple. I am short on the candle wise. Let's see if there's any pattern. Yeah, bearish engulfing. It's bearish engulfing. Target will be 139. $139.73, and the second target is 137.33. And as I said last night, if market goes above 4316, I'm not doing any shorts. I will just wait. Last night we talked about that if market goes below 4347, things can get ugly, and we can see 4200 in straight line, and that what happened today. Okay, so sell near 141. AMD was strong. It tested 104.35, 107, and it held pretty strong. So I'm still on the same thought on AMD, that AMD will persist its levels. It almost tested the 12 and 34 EMA both. This time it managed to close above this. It's building up of a morning star because it had almost 20% fall from here. So I'm a little positive. I'll be a buyer on AMD in any dip with stop loss of 100. So I am positive on AMD. And the numbers are still the same. The only thing which can change is the EMA target, which is 144.47, which is like 12 cents difference. Amazon, finally, I'm giving up on Amazon. It's a stock. It's not working. It's making low lows, lower highs, and it's closed right below the support of 32.86. Now I have one support which is at 31.80, which is about 100 points here, and even on the weekly candles, it's not looking good. It's making a head and shoulders on the weekly. So 3090 is eminent. if market has to go down, 3090 can be a target for Amazon. But I'll not be too pessimistic as of now on Amazon because it's right on the support area. So my first target will be 3217, which is this number, and stop loss will be 3320. Sell below 3386, stop loss 3323, target is 3217. And next one is here. 3217 is a very good support area. So 3217, I will target in 3127. Sell this time. We tried a lot on Amazon that yes, it will bounce. It did not. BA, like with the market falling, BA kind of held its 218 area. So I'm going to just keep this 218 to 19 area as a good support area. So I'm neutral because market sentiment is so bad. I'm just marking this as neutral. Buy stop loss is 218.91. Buy about 221. Target is 228, 25, 42, 228. Conviction percentage is about 60. Not too much. Google I've been recommending sell, and it has been reflecting the nature. It's coming right there. On the daily charts, it's closed on its long-term trend line. In the past, it has managed to hold on to this long-term trend line. But when it failed, there was quick successive back-to-back red entries, red candles. Now we also have a gap here. The gap is 2570, which is about $100 from here. So my target will be 2570 now. If market will go down, and this is a long-term support, long-term support. So a trend line break will be a target of 2627. Target is updated 2627 and then 2569. Google has been a good short. I personally have not read any of the Google shorts, but it's coming out pretty good. And stop loss is really high. I'll just keep it simple. 2685 stop loss. And short, you can short it below 2660. Even market sentiment is hard or it's negative, you should look for opportunities where you can sell on rise, because the fall will be very quick and it can be easier to trade as compared to the calls in a market like this. D-Dog, I'm still positive. It kind of held its line above 140, closed right on that trend line area. If I extend this to the right, closed right there, tested the 12 EMA, which is 140, 155. So I'll be a buyer here and stop loss will be 140. If I get an opportunity, stop loss will be 140. Buy above 140, 155. Target is 150. Both the targets are same because that's what is right now. Facebook tried its best to manage above 340-90, but it failed. Closed at 339. So now I am neutral on Facebook. and I'll be a seller with a stop loss of 342.90. I even remember his number. Targets is 334.85. I'll show you in the chart. Sell below 338.90, because I remember these numbers pretty nicely on Facebook. It was the 338.90 was the low. It almost went below the low of today with 338. The trend line is 336 right now. A break below 336 is opening a very big gap for a support, which comes around 313. I'm not looking for that target as of now, but a break below 336 can be nasty. So I'll update this to 336 on the short side. Moderna gave an early opportunity, but 376, 375 area, it's there, and it made an inside day today. So a break below 375 can be really, really nasty, and it can go down to 345. There is no support. This long-term trend line has been holding Moderna right now. A break below this, if I have to play a trade for tomorrow, I would like to have this trade of shorting Moderna, because I want to show you one more thing here, which is I was looking at its volume profile. I use it pretty less, but look at this volume profile on the daily. The volume here is pretty limited. So as soon as we break this area, there's like good trading happening here. But as soon as we enter into this area, this will be a quick fall. So it's sitting on a trigger. As soon as we break this 375, it can go really, really bad. And stop loss in this case will now be 398. So stop loss is still 98. I would say sell below 375. Look for a target of 344. And there is one more thing, which is a gap in Moderna, which is right there at 261. You may not like these numbers, but I have seen when a trend changes, it changes pretty quickly and it tests all the gaps. So I would like myself to get a put option, probably of 300 or something, December, and would like to invest in that. That's my thought process if I have to take a trade on this. Microsoft, just remove this volume profile. I don't like it. Microsoft bearish engulfing after the inside day. It failed an inside day. It's going to come for 278, and there is a gap right there of 271. So I'm looking for 278 target, 271, and stop loss will be 208. A break below this. I have to keep the stop loss off low, which is 281. So it's closing near the stop loss. So let's mark this 282 and sell below 281. This is short. Solid. Netflix almost tested 615, made 617. So I'm again I would like to keep it neutral because market is bad. If I get an opportunity to buy it around 600, I will just check on the stop loss in case of Netflix, because Netflix held its thing pretty nicely today. It came and tested the long-term trend line of 619 perfectly. And that's why you see all times my trend lines on my channels, they work appropriately. It tested this line. Now the next target is 634, 635. So I'll be a buyer with a stop loss of 600 if I get an opportunity. The stop loss is now 592. If I go long here, I would like to keep the stop loss to 592. I'm just marking it neutral. It has turned bullish and positive, but I'm still marking it as bullish cause as neutral because the market trend is negative. Once it stays, market tries to recoup, I think Netflix can run really, really good. And I've been recommending Netflix since it was in 530s and 540s. Shop, as I said yesterday, held that 1339 area. And today it's making an inside day. So shop, I'll say inside day. So break below, which is most likely 1339. A break below 1339 can be nasty. There's roughly support around this area, which is 1300. So I'll be only looking for sell below 1339. Stop loss of 1300. Stop loss in this case will be today open 1346. So just putting to the cent the right number. And I want to show you one more thing which I've discussed a couple of times in the past. It's the open low high scanner. So you need to search for an open equal to low, you go long. When open equal to high, you short. So shop had open and low as same, and it gave you a 30-point move after that. Netflix open and low were same, it gave you a good $10 move. Bank of America open and high were same, it gave you more than 3% move. So this thing really works. Look at target 235, 235. It gave 218. John Deere 352, 352. It gives $20 move from here. Oh. Burlington open high 301, 301, low 283. Gave you $20 move. So make a scanner in your uh, tool, whatever tool you're using E-Trade, Interactive Bookers, or whatever thing question. Make sure you use this scanner, run it around 940, 945, and see whether the prices of open high or open low are same, or make a trade of it. It works. It really works. Then in my list, I have Snow. Snow got an upgrade, and that's why it held it beautifully today. And it's kind of making once again the morning star. It's holding this long-term channel and then breaking out. So stop loss is very limited, which is 301, and target is 308 and 320 on Snow. So Snow, I am neutral because it has given the move by above. Stop loss is 301, target is 308 and 319. Confidence level is about 60% on Snow because it has done its job. Buy above 305. If we break above 305, that means yes, 305. Roku was another stock. And just to answer, I will do a Q&A on Zoom. We will talk about all the stocks once I'm done with my analysis. This is for all the people who have joined new. Roku had made an inside day. So a break above 319 can be really, really good. It's trying to hold this 302 area. So I'll be honestly looking for a break above 319 if I get opportunity. I'm not going to short it below 302. It completed its M, total M. And if you see long-term M, this is the long-term M as well. Now that long-term M ends here and we have a gap here. If it breaks below 302, this can go really, really, really ugly and come down. Because now the EMAs have started trailing. And these EMAs, if it falls, they will catch up pretty quickly. There are no big gaps between the EMA and the candles. So I'll be very cautious on Roku. If you see clearly, it's making a big M, double top right there. From 490, it has already given like about 30-35%, about 185 points, 175 points. So if it breaks below here, we will go and fill this gap right there. So Roku, I am neutral. I'll be only buying if it's an inside day. I will not even say neutral, inside day. If we break above 317. And if it does that, you need to keep a stop loss of 315, 317.15. And target will be for tomorrow, like 3. I'll say, because market is red. Tomorrow, if I get an opportunity around 310, that will be a better entry. Buy above 310, stop loss is 303. Target will be 390. Right now, just keeping the both target same because it's in the same zone, about 60%. Tesla is totally news driven. It held 779, but it gave back in the last 1 hour. Last 1 hour, and it's like 1, 2, 3, double inside days. So a break below can be really, really nasty for Tesla. On the higher side, it's just to be honest, it's making a pennant. Now, pennant can break out or break down. So I will just marking it as double inside day. And right now, because it's more of in this zone and in this zone, a break below 770 can lead the fall, and we can see 739 and 733. Just because it's negative, I'm just taking that into consideration. 7 sell below 770. Stop loss will be 779. Target is 765 and 733. Okay, so this is what my analysis is for tomorrow. I'm just going to focus on maybe one or two trade which are in my good entry areas. If they come, I will trade. Otherwise, I will wait for 4200 to go long. I'll not be making any trade if nothing comes into my selling area. Okay, now let me just go to your chat and read all the comments and then start picking up the stickers. Okay, so we have Moderna, which covered AMC. AMC is beyond any technical pattern. AMC is like a driven, news driven or people driven stock. I do not have any control on how it's going to play out. So I try to avoid all those stocks. Zen, let's start with Zen. Zen is, ooh, Zen is not looking good. Like it's not double bottom. Like you back to back candle doesn't make double bottom. It's an inside day. A break below today's yesterday's low, which is 115.65. A break below this can be really bad. Let me make some levels on this. And somebody was asking, how do I make levels? That's how I make levels. You need to just incorporate some regression channels. You need to understand how to make the Fibonacci. I think I should do a session with all of you guys. If you're interested, then I can do maybe Saturday or Sunday one day, spend an hour or two and do a session. If you're interested, do let me know. And then I can evaluate what I can do in there. Okay, so it's on a very long-term support line. If it breaks, it can go to 111 Zen. And do let me know if you're interested to have one live Zoom session. We can talk about all the new stuff regarding candles, processes. And for newbies, it will be much easier to understand how do I set up all this. It's not complicated. It's just that you need to practice. Then we have a firm. A firm has been holding up really beautifully. And every time it's coming, it has an inside day. It held this 118.72. A break above 121 can take it to 129, 130 area. I'm actually much more bullish on a firm. So I am interested to see if it breaks above 118 with a stop loss of 114. I want it to break above 118 and test this long-term resistance line where it has failed once, twice, thrice, fourth time. So let's see if the fifth time is the charm. It needs to break out of here. And if it fails below this, it has not closed below this since the news only once yesterday, and even today it opened, but it went up straight away. So a close below 114 can be bad. It can take it to 99. So a firm, it's like 60, 40, 60 on the upside and 40 on the downside in case of an firm. Then we have Tilray. These stocks I've said, I think yesterday as well, that they are coming into a zone where if you want to buy, you should buy. They are looking interesting. So there is a good opportunity to buy Tilray. You can buy CGC, Canopy Growth. They all are looking good. You can buy ACB, Aurora Cannabis. All of them are looking good at this time. Even this started moving up. But it's a choice, whichever you want to do. There is one more ETF called YOLO. I don't know how many. This is a ETF for all the cannabis stock. You can trade this. If you don't know which stock to pick up, you can pick this up. Okay, Google have been short since quite a long, like 4 or 5 sessions back to back, and Google has failed this long-term trend line. It is having an inverted hammer right there. If it breaks below 2760, it can go to 2620, and there is a gap which needs to be filled. If it holds, then it will become a morning star. If it holds and bounces from here. SE, SE has made a morning star, but not a cleaner one. It bounced from 311 yesterday, right there. It needs to break about 323, and then it can test 328. But it's now trading below its long-term trend line, so we need to see how it moves. But this stock has moved and performed exceptionally great. So I'll be waiting for 311 if I can, to see if I can get enter, or I'll be entering about 328. Between 311 328, you need to be very quick to do your scalping. If you're good, you should do it. I will not prefer to do a trade between 311 or 328. It needs to break out. As I'm going through your chat, last is NVIDIA. Then I'm just posting the link, because then this thing will keep on going on and on and on. Again, this is getting converging. Let's see how the market does tomorrow. If market breaks above 1436 in my chart, see, if market breaks above 4316, I'll not be doing long, just to be fair. I'll be cut down on my shorts and just call it a day. If I get 4200, I'll prefer to go long. I'll definitely not be doing any long, especially over the weekend, and especially above 4316, because it will take strength to take it up. But the way the market has been sold on rise, I'm little skeptical to go long. I'll be waiting. Novax. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me just copy my Zoom link into the chat, and then you can all come over there. This is my Zoom link. Do not jump this thing. Okay, I can post it on Twitter. Let's see how many people come and join Zoom. So now I'm going to stop the live stream, and thanks for connecting with me on YouTube. Let's collaborate